Hello, boys and girls. I wanted to talk about my makeup smudged over here, three different strategies that you can use for interpreting the remainder. They are leave it. Leave it means that the remainder is the answer. So it means that if the question is asking how many are left over, how many remain, leave it would be the strategy you use for that. Drop it is another strategy, and I'm going to show you a couple examples here in a second. Drop it means that you're dropping the remainder, that we don't need to use the remainder. So maybe if it says how many full bags do you need, then you would drop the remainder. Raise it and round up are pretty similar, so I usually count those the same. But like if I say how many people are going on a vacation and only this many people fit in a car, how many cars are needed? Well, if it was like 7 remainder 2, if you only get 7 cars, there's 2 people without a car. You're not going to just leave them home. You're going to get another car for them. And you would only need 1 car for them to fit in. So I wanted to read a couple of examples of these 3 strategies being used. Your Google form today is not going to be a grade. I'm not grading interpreting remainders, just mainly our division this year. So if you have a question like this, there are 78 blocks and 5 kindergartners. If the blocks are shared equally among the kindergartners, how many blocks does each kindergartner get to play with? So if I were to divide that, 78 divided by 5, I would get 25 remainder 3. So I'm trying to figure out how many blocks each kindergartner gets. So there was 25 equally given to each person with 3 left over. It didn't say what I was doing with those 3. It didn't say if they're going to share those 3. It just said everyone gets the same amount. So I would actually use the strategy drop it to show that I don't need that remainder. So the strategy for that one would be drop it because I don't need to use the remainder. Here's another example. Marco has 35 erasers that he wants to split evenly into 4 bags. How many extra erasers will Marco have left over if he places the same number of erasers in each bag? So I heard the word left over, so that gives me a pretty big hint that the remainder is the answer. So leave it is telling me that the remainder is the answer. So 35 erasers, 4 bags. If I were to divide that, that would be 8 remainder 3. So I would have 8 full bags with 3 erasers left. How many extra erasers will Marco have left over? That would be leave it, saying that he has 3 erasers left. So leave it would be the strategy for that one. 23 friends are headed to the beach. Each car can hold 5 people. How many cars do the friends need to bring for everyone to get to the beach? So I have 5 people in a car, 23 friends. Oh, excuse me. So that would divide and make 4 remainder 3. So I know I have 4 full cars, but I have 3 people who are left outside of one of those cars. And I don't want to just not let them go, so I would have to get another car for them. So I would say the strategy I would use is raise it. I think round it is basically the same thing. You're going to see on your task cards something similar with that. So I'm counting raise it and round it as the same one. I think round it could also be like maybe rounding it to the nearest whole number. That's what I would assume. So when you see those, I'm really looking at drop it, raise it, leave it. And then you could do round it too. I would count those as well. So it's just kind of common sense to what the word problem is asking you to what you are doing. So you put on your thinking caps and see if you can interpret these remainders and what to do with them.